By the way, never met that Orlin girl before in my life.
What?
That's 3. It's definitely getting fired up now.
Listen, I wanted to talk to you about Juliana. I know you're not asking my opinion, but for what it's worth, I appreciate you understanding her situation. I couldn't agree with you more. Out here, you've got to live and let live. Principles are one thing, but you can't let them get in the way of basic decency. I wish more of your countrymen took that view. Rebellion's more like our natural state of being in the living lands. People on the island don't much like being told what to do. In fact, many come here specifically for that reason. And the Stilgarrote. Ludwine and her paladins have been busy in the hinterlands. It's all rumor and speculation, but I don't think they're making your cause any friends. I don't like to gossip.
Since when?
Okay, I like fun gossip. They say she's hunting down so-called agitators, flattening entire settlements that stand in her way. Of course, all the news reaching Paradise is jumbled together. Stories about the Dream Scourge, the Stilgarrote, and the weird happenings that are almost commonplace around here. So it's hard to say what's true. If they're here under your banner, people will see their actions as representing you. Maybe so. But she's also confirming fears that Adir's mission is more than diplomatic. I don't know that these rebels are all that organized yet. But where there's foam, there's rocks, as the saying goes. My favorites? I'm well past seconds myself, if we're counting. Even decent people make mistakes, and the rest of us can grow, with a little time and grace. If I had to list them all, we'd be talking all night. Anyway, if this place can't give us misfits and screw-ups a second chance, what hope do we have? That must have been 6 years ago. I guess I was drifting, looking for a change. A settlement called Thirdborn. It's a rugged little place, lots of Rawatayan expatriates. It really... Anyway, we were talking about something else, yeah? I joined up with the Rawatayan Navy as soon as I was old enough. I was part of our campaign to establish a foothold in the Deadfire Archipelago. Starting out, it was exciting, purposeful. I believed we were returning to our ancestral homeland, reclaiming fertile soil that would feed Rawatai. Additionally, we were helping Deadfire, bringing organization to the pirate-ridden archipelago and civilization to our distant Wana cousins. To add, you're bringing order and civilization to our lawless frontier? Then I hope you learn from my mistakes faster than I did. The Huana didn't want us there. We spent almost as much time fighting the tribes as we did pirates and Wilder. And it was hard to see how any of our fighting and dying was feeding people back home. I'd always heard that war was supposed to temper us, strengthen us, but I didn't see that either. I deserted, and I bounced between different mercenary companies for almost 10 years. Hey, not all of us catch on so quick. There were only so many options for a Rawatayan deserter with no training and anything else. As a mercenary, I figured I could at least choose my battles and my crew. I ended up here, didn't I? It was more of the same. The only comfort was being part of a squad. By the time I came to the Living Lands, I'd seen enough, had enough. I did. Look, if I can give you some hard-won advice, stay on your toes. You're in a difficult position. Whatever you... because you're the one who has to live with the consequences. Hey, advice is easy. The hard part's all you. By the way, now that we've gotten to know each other, let me know if you want to train together. I've been watching your form, and I think we could learn from one another. Yeah, I've watched your form as I've gotten to know you, and it's excellent. You're smaller than I am, but I've picked up a few tricks from seeing the way you move on the battlefield. I'm happy to return the favor if there's anything I can teach you. Some of that is sheer stubbornness, but I can give you some pointers on your stance, too. That's it. You got the hang of it. I look forward to seeing what you can do when we get back out there tomorrow. In the meantime...
What are you grinning about?
Huh? It wasn't... wasn't grinning.
Right. Well, stop it.
That's just how my faith...
Listen, this is something I never thought I'd have to ask, but can we talk about you coming back from the dead? Let's talk. As if Bareth didn't just drag you out of the grave.
By the time I got you to Liviana's, I don't think you had a pulse. You certainly weren't breathing.
You must have spent 20 minutes as a corpse on one of her cots before you just came back.
What did you see while you were gone? What do you remember?
Watchers say souls can linger between this world and the beyond for a time. I've seen Runid talk to them a few times, almost in a trance. What happened next? The beyond. That's the realm of the gods, of souls. Well, that sounds... What did you see there? Wait. Someone? Who was it? Or what? Well, that's good. Imagine how much worse this would be if you had two cryptic entities clamoring for your attention. So, someone is reaching out to you from the beyond. They saved you from death, and now they want you to free them from wherever they... Do you trust them? I guess that's some comfort. Well, even in the land of the strange, you have had the strangest experience I've ever heard of, and you haven't even left Dawnshore. That's quite a feat. There's still time. So, this whole time you were in the beyond, and then you were just sent back. Do you think there's a way to bring people back from the dead? I realized how silly that sounded. It's good. You must be tired. I know I am. Hopefully that Watcher Runid will have some answers for us. For now, let's get some rest. Should I break out the... What gave it away? My finely pointed teeth, or the striking blue of my scales? Fair enough. My people are known to roam. Almost as much as Marius's more far-flung brethren outside the living lands.
Right. Sounds like Pargrun and elsewhere know better than to stay cooped up in a keep somewhere.
Rauatai's hardly a hospitable environment. Many of us end up settling elsewhere or making a living on the go. That's where you get the popular image of the Amawa bodyguard or mercenary. Don't sell me short. I've also been a drifter, a middling carpenter, and a terrible card player.
Don't fall for that. He'll hustle you out of your last coin.
Keep going, and I'll have to tell the story of the time you stumbled into a Zarp camp in rutting season. Then you must have come during our sunny season. Lashed by storms and battered by waves. We call it the rough country. And old trenchers say it's made us who we are. We do a lot of digging for irrigation, drainage, warfare, the occasional village tournament. Anyone from Rauatai has spent enough time in some kind of hole in the ground to be on a first-name basis with the worms. So, trenchers. Those of us who leave are scramble roots, hardy weeds that can survive just about anywhere. You'd fit right in with the Ranganui's inner circle. It's true that the same things that make Rauatai a difficult place to live have shaped our people and our kingdom. Our coral masons have built living harbors and fortifications along the coast to protect our ships and shelter our cities. For all our shortage of fertile soil, Rauatai's land is abundant in saltpeter, copper, iron, most of the other materials you need to outfit your military with weapons and cannons. We value struggling and striving together. It helped us survive and build one of the most powerful navies in Eora. You're not wrong, though my countrymen would point out that we had to expand to find fertile land to feed our people. And the scattered kingdoms we've absorbed in the process have joined one of the most advanced nations in the world. And that's what I like about the Living Lands, where most civic concerns are about as nuanced as a wall of sharpened stakes. Until recently, anyway. You're asking me? I'm not much of a gossip. Okay, who do you want to know about? Long enough that he's got a good roster of stories about my blunders in the wilds. Which he'll remind us of constantly. He's got a soft heart under that gruff exterior. He feels things more deeply than he lets on, so if he burns the stew one evening, maybe don't mention it. That's just how he shows affection. He's deeply loyal to people once he gets to know them, and he likes companionship more than he lets on. He just has a funny way of showing it. I think he left Galawain's tusks suddenly, and under unfortunate circumstances. He's never spoken directly about it, but that's what I've put together, and it explains a lot. Losing home, losing the people who gave you a sense of yourself, it leaves a mark. But don't tell him I told you that. Seriously. Give him time, and don't rush them. Think of him like a skittish little cub. He just needs to get used to you, but he'll come around once he does. Definitely don't tell him I said that. Okay, but only if you let me turn that question around once I think you've been trusted with a nearly impossible task. When we first met, I thought that was because you made some powerful enemies back home. But as I've gotten to know you, I think that if anyone can stop the Dream Scourge, it's you. At the end of the day, I'm proud to fight alongside you. And there you have it. Well, that... I don't mean to be rude. That's just more praise than I've probably earned. Enough about me, right? Sure. I'll tell you what I can. Ask away. Get some rest, envoy.
It's not every day you get to deal with the person who killed you. He killed you killed him. Seems like a win-win situation. I haven't decided yet myself. I suppose it doesn't matter now. Unless someone's still out there handing out resurrections. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. You found the assassin, and you're still alive, which means well done, Marius. Anyway. Ask away. Yes, I did. The less we talk about that, the better. Thank you. Not everyone accepts that some things are best left in the past. Well, I'm one of the very few people who spends most of their time out in the wilds and haven't gotten themselves killed. I know the difference between hay bleed toxin and high tox bloom, which is something you should be really thankful for. And you know the Balrog and the grinning Balrog? No, but I am one of the few who have seen a Balrog and lived. Mostly because I had the brains to run the Dragu out of there. The key is survival. I understand that, and a lot of people don't. And that's why they're dead, and I'm still here. We're gonna get you where you're going, Envoy. Alive and with as few blithe tail bites as possible. That, more or less, is all you need to know about me. Same one you are. What kind of blessed question is that? Oh, huh. I see. I sometimes use lember without really thinking about it. That's what you mean, right? Lember is the language spoken in Solace, though everyone knows Adiran because it's a common tongue. You don't hear lember much in the rest of the lands. Makes it easy to see which of us are from Solace and which aren't. I barely realize I'm doing it anymore. If you want to learn lember, you'll have to spend time in Solace. And that's not going to happen anytime blessed. Ah, right. Something. I'm sure you'll pick it up as we travel. It's not that blessed difficult. Right, changing the subject. Companions? It's just Kai, isn't it? As you know, Kai and I have worked together in the past. It's a blessed miracle he never got me killed. Honestly, he's a good guy. A bit too quick to ask questions for my taste, but tell him I said that I'll cut a hole in your water skins. Right. What do you want to know? Lovely place, as the Living Lands goes. I advise most people to stay around here if they're looking to settle. Paradise isn't the safest place in the world, but it is the safest place in the lands. Walls and guards go a long way out here. Other than that, you've got bits of forest, grasslands, some caves, cliffs, and all sorts of things to get you into trouble. This is the easiest place to survive in the living lands. Enjoy it while it lasts. Heard an envoy from Adir showed up and got herself killed. Other than that, nothing. Honestly, I don't listen out for gossip much. I don't know what to tell you. Trees, rocks, water, dirt. A few Zarps and bears, but not much else here wants to kill you. Enjoy it. It'll get worse from here. Word is the hunting in the Strangleroot has been a lot better since someone cleared out the diseased bear that lived out there. I never hunt out there, but a lot of people owe someone a word of thanks and a half a jug of Wodak. What? Gods, you should have led with that information. Actually, better keep it to yourself. You don't want thump-chested Nimdudes coming after you like the ones who come after me. You probably know most of this, but here goes. Normally you look for some shelter first. Cut down a few small trees, gather moss to keep the wind out. Nothing too elaborate. With so little tree cover, you want to keep moving. The reeds near the coast make great fibers for rope, so you can lash branches together and make a decent roof. Of course, we're always moving, so we just make a quick camp and carry on. So you don't have to worry about all that. I've been traveling with you. What could I have heard? Right. Good talk.
Look, Marius.
No offense, but you leave a pretty wide trail, Envoy. Well, maybe you should try to cover your trail more often. An Adiran official who's new in town turns a lot of heads, especially when they're traveling with a Nimdude like Kai. Like? Not the word I'd use. I'll need more time to find the right one. Well, we've worked together in the past. It was mostly him crashing blindly through the weeds after I advised him not to. We found your assassin. Maybe I can help you avoid being killed again in the future. My guess is you'll need a guide once you leave Paradise, too. They say I'm the best there is. Merci, Envoy. I'll make myself at home. Anyway, enough chat. I'm sure you have things to do.
Not everyone warrants an assassination attempt, you know. You should be flattered. I'd say he can learn a thing or two from you. But he'll have to take that lesson to his next life. It's a shame. As odd as it sounds, I think he really would have left you alone. A fair fight. Huh. It's always struck me as he shot you with poison from the shadows. Many would call that a coward's act. But what other chance does a lone man have against imperial power? And who fights fair when survival is on the... That's admirable, but it's hardly common practice, especially here. And I'm afraid we haven't seen the last of this conflict. Eagwolf isn't the only hothead in the living lands, and he's certainly not the only one with his hackles up about all you Adira newcomers. And Ludwig and the Steel Garrote are only making matters worse. They're a match to a powder keg. Your ambassador and the rest of the Adiran forces have been dragging the frontier, kicking and screaming towards order and civilization. All the things that half of us moved here to escape. Then, one day, Ludwig and the Steel Garrote show up to reinforce the Adiran presence, and they're as harsh as Wodaka herself. Strict is one thing, fanatical's another. The Rawatayan Navy's known for harsh punishment. When I served, we watched a gunner hold a red-hot cannonball while she sang our empire's anthem. All for trading some of our supplies on the side, mind you. It also resulted in one of the most effective navies in Eora, or so the argument goes. However, that approach won't win many allies in the living lands. As Ludwig will find out. It remains to be seen whether Ambassador Hilgard and Ludwig are rowing in the same direction. But I fear there's trouble on the horizon, especially if the Steel Garrote's tactics win out. Like it or not, their differences could make trouble for you, especially since the Steel Garrote is here under Adir's flag. And I worry about what that means for the rest of us. Just thinking about Claviger Aemon. I let him down. I've let a few people down over the years. But I did promise someone once that I'd do my part to look after all of us riffraff who've made a home here. My best chance of doing that is helping you investigate this plague and keep a lid on tensions. And, hopefully, fend off any future assassination attempts. Feelings mutual. It's nice to share a campfire again. I think that's enough doom and gloom for one night, don't you? Sleep easy, Envoy. As best you can. I'll be here if you need me.
You should keep an eye on that scrape on your arm. You don't want it to get infected.
Barely even counts as a scrape.
That's the worst kind of flesh wound. Lots of open skin contact. Snap fly.
The wood echoes, strangled suffering. We knew this creature. The Adra hums beneath the bear. The rock did its beauty sing to you. Wilt, then grow again. What gleams cannot be a monster. We wish you had not killed it. Violets and the stars. We wish for both. Must all we love turn to ash? Can we not save it? Mercy like a knife. It hunts all of us. God, sleep now. We ponder.
You've come back. Any new... Oh, that's splendid. Glad one can finally get some relief.
Aye, I could use some, love. Many thanks, envoy.
Were you able to get us our land deeds? Oh, thanks, Scan. And thank you. We'd be in dire straits if we showed up in Thirdborn with nowhere to live.
Aye, that's the truth, love.
There is one...
Oh, yes, that.
The smugglers who are taking us out of here, they're beached north of the sea stacks, away from where the Adirans are looking. A lot of the locals have resorted to smuggling because of our control over shipping. And we can't use Adiran ships if we're trying to hide ourselves from our countrymen. The problem is that these smugglers found out we're Adiran.
Don't like us much.
And they've doubled their price. We had barely enough for the journey before. Yes, I'm afraid we can't pay what they're asking.
And if they knew what we were wanted for, they'd probably charge us triple.
Bloodwine!
Oh, I mean... Oh, shit.
Yes, we're not... There's no easy way to say this.
We killed 2 people.
It was a land dispute. Things got out of hand. There was a fight.
Ha! More than one?
But in the last one, they came at us with knives.
And we were the ones who walked away.
Ran away across the ocean.
If everyone in the living lands had to answer for the mistakes of their past, this island would be as empty as the godless left it.
Not everyone sees it that way. And now we spend our days praying to Scan that Captain Alfear of the Steel Garrote doesn't find us. Thank you, Envoy.
Bring my food up here sometimes. It's nice and quiet.
No one tops my prices, guaranteed. Welcome back.
there you are. Have you found my ring, perhaps? Oh, I would...
Yours isn't the only ship that's gotten into trouble around here.
One for you!
I knew it.
After them!
Hold it. I have the shot. Come and get me! Let me catch my breath. Just like the good old days.
right?
Welcome.
Like about my people, but we built.
Nothing to see here, friend.
It's all right. Heard you died. Remember?
Look alive, ladies and gents. We have a visitor. Ah, a kind-hearted Adiran. How nice for them to find a friend here. The way I understand it, they don't have many friends among your countrymen.
Take it easy on her, Soldice. She's all right. For an Adiran.
Fine. If you... Well, what do you want? No deal. Pay the difference, or forget it.
Soldis. The envoy saved my life at Northreach.
And glad I am that you're here. But a deal is a deal. We don't give handouts.
It's 2 clients. Believe me, you don't want to get on her bad side.
Oh, Andra's tits! Are we a charity now? Fine. Tell your miserable countrymen the deal is settled. Free of charge. We'll take them to Thirdborn when they're ready. Sure, whatever. And that's Captain Soldis. Thank you very much.
This is the path Othric told us about.
Nice work. If you look, you can see Fort Northreach from here.
No. Too soon.
If you traveled weeks to see him, you can wait a few more days.
Kara, you would not be...
The Temple of Aethys is closed. Ugh, I don't know why everyone in the Living Lands suddenly wants to see the old kook in there, but it's not happening. Not today, anyway. Probably not tomorrow, either. Not with the way they're dawdling.
Since when do you make the rules?
Since I arrived with the big sword.
So you say I need a bigger sword. The Oracle has one. Let me in and I will borrow it.
I'm saying you need to go home because the goddamn temple is closed. The boy made it back to the embassy. I half expected him to kick off on the way there.
He was badly injured and grieving his brother's wounds. I say it is good news.
Sure. Until the Inquisitor hears he abandoned his men to go crying for his mum. Right, of course, absolutely. The expedition team entered through the cave just past here. They were carrying a lot of tools and weapons with them, so be on your guard. And Envoy, thanks. I know Othric will appreciate you looking into the... Yeah, well, you're not just anyone. You're a friend of the Emperor, and that means, hey, good.
Gods. Never seen anything like it.
Views like this remind me why I came to the Living Lands in the first place.
Something stirs here.
Blood and a broken tripwire. Maybe Offrig's squad passed through here. Look at that. That statue. How did anyone build that all the way down here?
Gods. And no one knew that was down here.
Rituals, whispers of searing light.
Zords. What a sneaker fight.
Let's go. Oh, no, you don't. That it?
it together, kid. We're nearly there.
You're not my brother. It's all right. I got to be dreaming. Oh gods, am I dead? Is this the beyond spirit? Have you come to take me to Gallowayne's side?
The kid's in bad shape, but he's not too far gone. I think we can help him.
I'm not ready. I've never even touched a girl. It's not fair.
Not with that. No. Oh, you mean healing him?
I've got stick prickle balm for the pain, but other than that, not much else I can do.
Sorry, I'm all out of potions. I don't know any healing magic either.
Magic? I had to learn some magic, but only the kind that explode. I don't want to explode. Please help me. Oh, God, that's wretched. Are you sure you're not trying?
Gods, calm yourself. Your wound's already closing.
See? You'll be back on your feet in no time.
Oh, wow. I feel leagues better. I thought for sure you were coming to take me back to the wheel. Who are you? What you doing down here? A free expedition corps out of High Crown. Yeah, that's us. Well, that's me anyway. The rest of those assholes went on without me after I got hurt. We'll come back for you once we've got the relic, Cadman, honest. Oh, shit. Yeda was probably hoping I'd croak so she wouldn't have to tell our freak how she abandoned me. All she cares about is that Oracle and his relic, which is probably just a big old dog bone if you ask me. He's probably still down there, fiddling with the statue. You must have seen it on your way in. He'll be the last one to have seen him, I bet. I'll just rest up here a minute before I head back to Paradise.
Take it easy. No sense getting yourself into another scrape.
Promise, I'll take it slow. Hey, Envoy, for what it's worth, I really thought I was gonna die down here. It's a lucky thing you found me then. Right, yeah. You got those assholes to save and everything. I hope they're better off than I was.
Seems like a good kid. Glad we could give him a hand. Maybe one of Juliana's girls will too.
He's gonna have a hard time getting out of here, but at least we gave him a fighting chance.
On your right.
Nothing like a win with a good team. Didn't realize the head of the Steel Garrote was into antiques. I see someone. Be ready for anything.
Leave those be. They protect my devices. Careful, please. It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us, but you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargenis, servant of the once shining god, he whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space? An expedition? I'm afraid I don't
Right. Maps, ropes, pitons, rugged boots, water for days, people down here looking for stuff.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Aethys we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here? It's a reasonable question, Algrot. You must understand, this place has seen so few visitors for so long that I often retreat into my private quarters. To read, you understand, or pray, or sleep. Age has made me slow. I tire easily. I sleep now more hours than I wake. They could have already come and gone, and I would be none the wiser. In any case, you haven't told me what it was they searched for. Or do you not know? Ah, the splinter of Aethys. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss. It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed, the path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Although, perhaps you might assist me with that.
Right. Here it comes.
You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my... Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way. I am most grateful. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or device it. May light illuminate your path.
Bridge is collapsed up ahead. My gut says that's the way to the relic. Routes clogging up this tunnel. I think I sprained my shoulder.
6 years and gone short, and I never knew something this big was under our feet the whole time.
Here they come.
Not bad.
Gods, what are we dealing with here?
Thorns beside violence, essence twisted out of shape. A pulse beating out of time. Should it be disturbed?
Big tree, pretty ruins. Don't let it fool you. Keep your guard up.
There's the relic. It can't be as easy as just grabbing it, can it?
Right. I haven't been in a lot of ancient ruins, but you don't have to be an expert tomb robber to think this is probably a trap.
The false item. It waits.
Something's moving in the main chamber.
We'd better get moving too.
Take your best shot.
Right behind you.
ready for more. That ought to be all of them, right?
We too. The way out must have flooded during that earthquake. Blasted ruins.
Well, better a flood than a cave-in. Something's not right here. Take a look around. Well, we found the expedition. Looks like they've only been dead a few hours. But how did they get in here?
They didn't come the same way we did. I'll remind you we had to swim here. And look, there's no way these people died of natural causes. Murder usually leaves a mark.
It's like every member of the expedition team just collapsed. You think he's building a what? A giant ant?
Do I even want to know what an animat is?
An animancer could explain it better, but they're basically suits of armor brought to life by bound souls.
Right. I knew I didn't want to know.
The Oracle couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Aethys, right? There's still a lot of debate over what even happened at Ukaizo. Perhaps the Oracle knows the truth, or perhaps he's just as lost as we are. Aethys is a dangerous god associated with Eora's bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands of people in Deadfire. Now, we have a piece of him, and we're about to face a maniac who wants it desperately. Tread carefully.
does he come here? Why does he build the idol in this place? Even the flood could not stop him. Fealty or sickness.
Oracle's up ahead. Be ready for anything.
There you are. You have been gone some time. Do you carry the splinter of Aethys? Ah, I did not expect you to be so thorough in your explorations. Nevertheless, I am impressed. As to whether I killed them, well, does death occur the moment the heart ceases beating, or when the soul is broken upon the wheel? In one sense, then they are quite dead. In another, they remain very much alive. In either case, they have entered a state of change, and the impetus was mine. Yes, you and you alone. You see, I have given them the opportunity to be part of something larger than themselves. With your help, I shall give them to prosecute the redemption of a god. You understand what is the source of all suffering. Not our division from them, no. But there it is a wound the size of the soul. Yet it gapes as long. If we are to alleviate suffering, if the gods, if Aethys is to atone, we must give him a mortal consciousness. We must give him or the atrocities of the Dead Fire and the Saints' War will be but preludes to the horrors he will sow across Eora. Even the Redeemer needs redemption. Even the gods must be held to account. Aethys must be stopped. Do you carry the relic I asked you to collect? Excellent. The relic you have retrieved was stolen from Aethys' body. He is bound to it, or it to him. And before the events at Ukaizo, he would speak to me. He speaks to me no longer, but I believe he resonates with the splinter yet. That if I am correct, when it is placed in the statue, the magnifying power of the Ardra will draw him into it, and he will be trapped. Locked into the reliquary with a chorus of furious souls acting as his conscience. He will finally begin the work of making right all the wrong he has done. All that is left is for you to place the splinter into the statue's chest. Will you do? Thank you. Once you have placed the splinter into the statue, power my devices just over there. Together, we will observe the results. There we are. Now, fill the statue with essence. Do me the honor of pulling the lever, just there. And my lord will return to face justice. Any moment now. My god, Aethys, are you there? No! It's not working! Something is wrong. My lord Aethys has not returned. Something is missing from my design. Something I did not account for. It must be the chime. Without its ringing, he cannot hear the statue's call. My sister, will you join my holy work and lend your chime to the cause? You understand this will be fatal to your mortal frame. You will die.
What are you doing? This is a ploy, right? Blink twice if you want me to shank him while his back's turned.
Well, Kai, looks like you're the new envoy now. The old ones lost their resundant mind.
They don't understand the bond between the gods and their children. They don't understand the glory that awaits you.
Come on, we can run for it. He's hundreds of years old. He can't be that fast.
Right. Slowly turn toward the exit, and then just run. No way that old Kamayu can follow us.
They are frightened. But you are... If you are the person I believe you to be, go. Stand upon the dais, and prepare to meet my God. Day comes soon. Prepare for the dawn. Nothing is hidden from our reach.
Don't do this, envoy. You don't need to die here.
Come on. You don't have to do this.
Hold still now. You are about to be part of something in... Hold still now. You are about to be part of something in... Serious.
I guess that's justice. Why couldn't we have just stuck to sculpture?
Hear us. Follow us. We would speak to you. day when we are free, we could return here, dwell in this body, feel the earth again. But it is a sprout, fragile. It must sleep here undisturbed. Tell us, will you give us this gift? A vessel to hold us. The Adra strains. It aches, a choking barricade of souls. Essence like mud, we cannot swim here. It must be flushed out. Free this obstruction. Then, when our prison bars fall.
Hey, envoy. Back with us?
New earth to kill. We flower. We rest now. We must consider this.
The Oracle might have been a creepy, murdering Corva, but he sure kept a nice home.
Guess his work on that statue didn't leave much time for renovations. Never thought I'd be so relieved to see Paradise.
Well, that was certainly an experience of some kind. Let's go catch him. No. Nope. I am not going in there unless you swear not to run off with her.
always the next one. Mine now. Watch the left.
You might want to consider not washing your clothes in safflower oil.
I hate to break it to you, but regular laundry is a common courtesy when you're traveling with a group.
No, it's fine. If you feel the need to wash... Wash your clothes, go right ahead. Just use something else.
Sweat and midday breezes don't count as washing, you know. Right, so I smell like the wilderness. You people stand out like a tree rat in heat. You've been complaining about...
Haze, mirrors. We have touched something like your dreams before. Our roots entwine, but we cannot linger here long. A life for a life. A killer's blood billows in the drain, dead like the bear. We do not understand. Eat or bleed. Rule of the wild. We know these shapes. A dam broke. We wept in the dark when your soul slipped. We feared for you, felt your agony. We could not forgive. We bide our time. Wake now. We...
First rule of godless ruins, don't touch anything.
We have been here before. Does the new earth settle beneath your feet? They flee the roar of thunder. It shakes the birds out of the trees. Even now, they smell fear. Now our memory is a wound, reopened. For generations, the Akita wandered the land, seeds in the wind. A storm had tossed them to our shores. They were branches without roots. Then you, Kishimal, were born with our face. Our flowers bloomed in your hair. Your people saw a sign of greatness. A blessing, one with a heavy price. The elders trained you not as a child, but as a paragon. They expected everything. They forgave nothing. The responsibility was like a stone. Help us remember, Kishimal. How did you bear the weight? You faced your work with dignity. You had no other choice. While you feared failure, they rewarded you for your diligence. When you came of age, turmoil stirred. Lightning split the bark. Some tired of their exile. They wanted to return to their ancestral land. You both wanted the best for your people. How could you reconcile? A bud opened. A comet streaked across the sky. You had you dreamed of a city where the sea swept into the wood. A place to flourish, to gather. More than a settlement. A home. What did you envision in your fitful sleep, Kishimal? The Akita could not remain isolated if they were to thrive. They needed to open their arms to each other, and to outsiders as well. So the carpenters and masons set out, but we resisted them. What was a wall to a trailing vine, an arch to a mighty oak? The Akita's fate hung by spider silk. You knew you must adapt. Months became years, and the people stood in awe of what they built. It eclipsed the lands of their ancestors. Its spires challenged the clouds. How did you feel as you gazed upon your masterwork? You had earned your pride, yet a new trial. The people reasoned that the one who had built the city should lead it. A chorus of their voices joined in one. Another weight. Some claimed that this was the destiny your birth foretold. Tell us, Kishimal. How did you lead? To lead is to serve. You always knew this. We should like that to be our... In time, others came to revere you for your selflessness. You were an example to be followed. They saw what they themselves could be. So your reign passed, a year into an age. The seas rose and fell until Until one day, nothing. We see ash, devastation, a lifetime reduced. We can remember no more, no matter how far we reach back. It is fruitless, a void, a tremor in the Adra. Perhaps yet one shape shines through the canopy of our memory, a face amid the rubble. You, Kishimo. They wept with joy as they extracted you. A long night lay before them, but the leader they loved remained. As the earth settled, we felt their hope in the darkness, and we learned. We twine together. We reach for the sky.
Hey, Envoy. Back with us? If anyone can get away with losing the temple, it's a godlike.
Here we go. Show me what you got. I think I sprained my shoulder. turn back at any moment. Nothing of value would be lost.
What's gotten into you? I've seen you enter an ogre's den with less reluctance.
That wasn't me. Be careful, godlike. Runid has such power. God, such... No. Oh, she told me such terrible things. I was a wicked person in my last life. Evil to the core. So many dead. I suppose. But that doesn't change what happened. Look, I just want to go back home. To the farm. How can I possibly face anyone now? I keep telling myself that that person, that murderer isn't me, but they were. You mean that? All of those people I hurt. Thank you, godlike. You have given me much to think on. Oh, make sure to toss a coin into the pond behind the Watcher's home after your reading. Why, it's tradition. Runid doesn't accept payment for her readings. So this is what people do.
I don't accept payment for my advice either. You can just throw your coins at my feet.
What you do is your decision, but...
Step close, godlike. If it is a watcher you seek, then a watcher you have.
She's accurate so far.
Why have you come to me, godlike? Let's have a look at you then. You who came to these shores on a royal errand. You who have died. To open the door to your soul, we must first open a door to your mind. Now repeat after me. I stand on the shore between here and beyond. Very good. Spoken with. I dip my toe into bottomless depths. The lake is a mirror. The mirror is a door.
A door? A garden gate?
Impossible. Someone is... Who are you? Show me.
A hand knocks on our bark. Do we answer? How can they see?
What is this I hear? Old and forgotten. Echoes of echo.
Now she's hearing voices. Great. Is that gonna cost us extra or something?
Curious. Something clings to your soul. Felt.
Voices. Echoes in the placid lake shelter the sea from winter. Who reaches for our bars? Who speaks?
Enough! I have seen into your soul, and hereby close that which was open. Well, that was true. I am pleased to report I made contact with your soul, and then with something. First, the good news. Not only is your soul healthy, it is strong, powerful. Strange for one whose soul death leaves a scar, but you are unmarked. Instead of passing through the beyond, your soul was nurtured, protected, caged.
Soft. The shell cushions the egg.
You only live because someone would not permit you to die. But I wonder. I can say much, but that thing, whatever it is, eludes me. It has been years since I met a godlike. Their souls have a sonorous quality, like the music of a bell. A godlike soul sings together with the god that has claimed them, made them their own. It gives them power. Your soul, it has no chime. In its place, a thorn jabs at your essence, working its way to the surface. I told you the good news. Now comes the bad. When you came into this life, a thorn pierced the fabric of your soul, and your soul grew around it, trapping and embracing the invader. A godlike's chime is a gift, a blessing. But a godlike's thorn? That... I cannot say. The gods must answer for their action. We know that a god touched you at birth, but which one and why? They always sign their work, and none of them lay claim to you. Disturbing. Terrible. There are so few godlike remaining, and you are a stranger. Better luck in your next life. I wish I could tell you that everything will work out in your favor. But the wheel turns by a merciless hand. One word of advice. When you find a pillar of Adra, commune with it. Adra holds the path between this life and the next, a conduit for souls all through Adra. A soul may find its way back to the wheel, to be born again. But the Adra here, in the living lands, it connects only to itself. Twisting vines, essence warping into essence. Your questions are of a spiritual nature, and they seek a spiritual answer. When you find Adra, commune with it. Adra may pave your road to the truth, or it may lead to a dead end. But the journey will teach you. That I promise. Before we close, have you any final... As you understand the word, yes. You fell into death, and a guiding hand...
That guiding hand, whatever it is, must be what brought you back to life at Liviana's.
Your soul is healthy, but it is also a mystery beyond... Marius, I see terrible pain and the strength of will it takes to conceal it. I see jagged...
Right. I could see that too if I don't get out of here soon.
Kai, your soul is heavy, burdened. Yet something is missing. Something.
Hey, we don't need to make this all about me.
The city is full of desperate people in search of hope and willing to pay for it. But to answer your question, no, I have never met another like myself. For us both,
Glad someone got something out of this.
Safe travels, Godlike, and thank you for the glimpse at your wonderful soul. I will pray that your next turning of the wheel is uneventful. Until then, you are bound to live a rich and complicated life.
Did you get any of that? That just sounded like a hot breeze to me.
This kind of thing makes my skin prickle.
You're back. Ah, you've come back. Oh, wonderful. How did you hear that, dearest?
I did, love. Praise Wodaka.
Thank you so much for all of your help, and I don't think we'll be needing these anymore. Please, take them. Now, if you'll excuse us, we need to get ready for the journey.
And if you ever find your way to Thirdborn, please, come find us. It would be lovely to see you again.
You just saved their lives, Envoy. Well done.
We can never repay you for your kindness. God...
You there! Are you just going to stand there and gawk at that body?
Huh? You, what are you doing? It's a crime scene! Nah, I've seen worse. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Welcome back. Show it here. Guess you were just the one storm she couldn't survive. Good. Well, I'll be. Hope you're proud of all you've done. Thanks to you, Don Shore is safer for all of us. Gods protect you, wherever you are.
Hey, you could have a real future here if the Envoy thing doesn't work out.
Nice work on the bounties. Just don't get a big...
Good. You made it back.
I...
Are you sure this will work? Good, sir. I bet. I'd bet my life on it.
Word says that healing has come to the strangled. Don't let it down.
Hey, it's the envoy.
Envoy, hey.
I swear, I owe you the world.
I owe her the world. She saved my life, remember?
Yeah, you only told me about 100 times.
Hey, where's Yeda? Is everyone else on their way?
No. Oh, gods.
They didn't make it, Offreak. I'm sorry.
But you saved Cadman. You couldn't save them? Or you didn't trust?
What happened?
What?
Right. So it could have been worse.
They probably went quickly, if that helps.
I can't.
Hey, Offreak, we always knew that was a risk, right? And we told ourselves.
Better to go out at the bottom of the world or the top. And dying in bed like Granda, asking what if.
Did you avenge them? Is the Oracle dead? At least they got justice.
And I got my brother back.
Don't be a baby. You would have been fine without me.
What I mean to say is, we're grateful and what.
Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to give you this. It belonged to our grandfather. He'd always wanted to join the Corps, but life got in the way. When we were recruiting, he gave it to us to remind us to live well.
Well, I'm sure you've got big envoy things to do.
I don't know if you heard, but there's a plague on and everything.
If you're ever in High Crown, look us up.
Yeah, we can drink to the Corps together.
I wish things had turned out better for the rest of them, but glad they made it.
These two will be just fine. I'm sure of it.
Tell me you brought good news. Oh, Envoy, and you brought a friend. Ambassador Heelguard, at your service.
Always nice to meet an Adiran who isn't trying to goad me into a fight.
What of these rebels? The streets are full of rumors, but your word is the only one I trust. So, you took justice into your own hands. That takes grit. More than I expected. Of course, the official record will show that the killer struck first, and you were merely acting in self-defense.
That's technically what happened, so sure.
I know that Ludwig wanted a public execution, but this might do just as well to appease her. A message has been sent. No one will challenge our presence in the living lands. Our people are here to stay. Indeed. Not a moment. I'm sending you to Fior Messiverno, a community of Valian expatriates deep in Emerald Stair. The Animancers may have some knowledge of the Dream Scourge already. Learn whatever you can from them. Nor should you be. Animancers draw power from the spirit world. Their dark research can twist, break, and even corrupt the very soul. The Empire has no tolerance for Animancers, and with good reason. Their work is dangerous, heretical. Animancers tinker on souls using clever inventions and ancient pillars of Ardra, siphoning essence like honey from a hive. They want to change reality as we know it, make us live longer, or cause barren lands to grow. For all I know, they might be onto something. Or, with a single miscalculation, they might destroy us all. Well, you know what they say about Animancers may be an unpredictable sort, but they are scholars and keenly aware of their environment. Make no mistake, the Empire's at war with the Dream Scourge, and we need allies on our side. You're right to be curious. After all, Animancy is the study of existence itself. Just don't get too curious. It won't reflect well on you in the Empire. If you have any further questions before I dispatch you to Emerald Stair, now would be the time. My sources tell me the Dream Scourge is a plague of the soul. And souls, if we have anything in common with Animancers, it's a shared interest in curing the Dream Scourge. Answers? Nothing more. We need all the help we can get, even if it means appealing to Animancers. I believe that covers everything. Governor Vidaro will be your first point of contact. I'm told he's barely keeping the community in order. Seek him out if you need direction. Good hunting, Envoy.
Heelguard. Why is it that whenever I hear your name, it's because you've disgraced the Empire?
No. Strangling light. Keep her away.
Is that, her? Inquisitor Ludwig. So kind of you to join us.
While you brood over the Dream Scourge, this island is coming apart.
Stay your wrath. Allow me to present the Adiran envoy, dispatched by the Emperor himself, to aid us in our time of need.
As does yours. Let me deal with him, and I will get back to you shortly. I can't believe you troubled the Emperor to send an envoy. Haven't you done enough to flaunt your incompetence?
Under the circumstances, I thought it might be...
Silenced. You busy yourself with the Dream Scourge. A mere fever and chills, leaving the real work to me. Even if that were to happen, the living will replace the dead. We will ship them in by the hundreds to fill the empty houses.
Oh, gods, Ludwig.
I have scoured this island and faced the truths from which you cower. The Living Lands is on the brink of total collapse, and you have ignored the discontent in your own... Our envoy spilled blood, quelled the resistance, and brought us time to gather our strength.
You don't waste time, do you?
We should be using this opportunity, not squandering it. What say you? I've been saying this all along. But his solution was to go over my head, to summon help from across the known world.
If you're done eviscerating me, you'll be interested to learn I'm sending the envoy to the Animancers of Emerald Stair.
You are ridiculous. Emerald Stair is under assault by the very wilderness it claims to have conquered. The Animancers cling to pride and tradition even as they dig their own graves. You're right about the second part. Clearly I've wasted my time with you, Ambassador. From now on, I will break the frontier on my own terms. You are free to disagree with my methods, but you cannot stop me. As for you, Envoy...
She is going to be a problem. Sometimes. Put her out of your mind. The Dream Scourge is more than enough for us to chew on. Oh, before I forget, Liviana gave you a clean bill of health. You're cleared to leave for Emerald Stair. Fair warning, Animancers and Adirans don't mix well. Their kind can be a tad, unhinged. A fair point. No one survives this place without losing a little sanity along the way.
They're a fun bunch. Crazy, but fun.
Wonderful. Now I have to keep a tight grip on my soul on top of everything else.
Should you cross paths with Ludwig, well, try not to. I have no idea what's gotten into her. Safe travels. I'm told Emerald Stair's beautiful this time of year.
We can head to the Eastern Gatehouse when you're ready to go to Fjord.
Geistes. I'm sorry, I don't buy... That's it. Daggerta gave me this. We had a fight, and she accused me of throwing it away before we left Deerwood. I did bring it with me, but I lost it while I was out, procuring more wares. I can't believe you found it. How can I even thank you? You don't know the weight you've lifted from my heart.
Time.
Tell me. Huh. Typical of this place. Nothing is ever lost that can't be purchased at markup from the black market. Now I have some apologies to make. I can't say I'm thrilled about that. But maybe things can get better between us. With time. And abundant beverages.
What harm could some new armor do?
Secret door. I feel like I should have known about that. You